Hey guys, you're welcome once again to my YouTube channel, Maple Talk with Tia. I know it's been a while I uploaded a video, and that's because I've been busy. And again, I don't want to give you guys, stale news, because one thing when it comes to Canadian immigration system, a lot of things changes within seconds, minutes. Something that is in place, like maybe in something like a policy that they have today, tomorrow it might not be there. So things changes, and I have to come through with the right information. All right guys, thank you for joining me, and I hope you don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button, and don't forget to share with your friends, your family members, those people, your colleagues, those who are interested in traveling, in relocating to Canada, and who would need this information. Honestly, if you go through my videos and you go through the steps I'm putting out, I can bet you are guaranteed an approval if you apply and you're doing the right thing with the right requirements. Yes. All right guys, so today is going to be I'm just going to focus on three major things. But then again, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a recap of what I've been discussing with you in my previous videos. I know I've been talking about the visit visa, the study visa, applying to come to Canada through the study route or the visit route. Yes. Okay, and I made mention of the required document, how to put your documents together, reasons why you get rejected. I lay emphasis on the reason why you get rejected, because that is the major thing. Nobody wants to be rejected when they apply for visa, because you spent money, you spent time, it took a lot of things, and it's not just easy. And that's the reason I don't want you to get denied when you apply for the Canadian visa. So I'm still going to do a little recap on the reasons why you get rejected. And a lot of people will say, is the proof of fund? Sometimes it's not the proof of fund. Yes, the proof of fund is one major thing to be considered for a rejection if you don't come through with it in the right way. And the reason is because I told you your cash inflow, your cash outflow, you have to show the visa officer how you came about the money. It's not you putting a huge amount of money. Even if you put more than the required money, if there are no traces of how you got that money, you understand, if you're not showing them your source of income, then I'm sorry. If there's no cash inflow and outflow, you say you're working. If there's no salary, if you're not presenting a salary account showing them how you're being paid, you understand, you're not presenting your salary account alongside every other account you want to present, then you're not really coming through with it. And if you say you're into business, you're not showing them your business account to show them your cash inflow and outflow, then again, that's another reason they'll reject you. Another reason is your family ties. If you don't show them you have people back home, close family members back home, it shows that when you come to Canada, you would not want to return. If you're not showing them, business back home, you're not showing them you have a job to come back to, you're not showing them family members you come back to, or properties, landed properties, or some things, some good things you can show them that, yes, when I'm done with what I'm coming to do in Canada, I'll return to them, even if you don't want to come back. But then again, these are just the required things, the things you're meant to do. Show them you have strong family ties. Don't bring two members of your family and say they are your family members. Show them strong family ties. Show them good things that you can come back to, and the visa officer will say, okay, this person is not just coming to escape, but definitely he has things back home to go back to. So that's another reason. And the proof of fund, like I mentioned, the family ties, and your statement of purpose, your statement of intent that people know as SOP. You have to write it properly, you have to defend everything, you have to come through and make mention of some key things, you understand? You have to come convincing, like I mentioned in my previous videos. So today, first of all, I think I'll be talking about people, I mentioned, when you want to apply to study in Canada, the first step is for you to have a passport, which is very, 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 very important. That's the key thing. Without a passport, you take no step in all this. So the passport first, then you apply, to gain admission into a school. So some people will say, oh, I applied, I have 2-1, but I got rejected, I didn't get the admission. Yes, like I told you in my previous video, I said some schools, they accept 2-1, But then again, it depends on the score you had in your 2-1. They want a very strong 2-1 and a first class, you understand? So sometimes even if you have 2-1, if their requirement is a very strong 2-1, they won't offer you the admission. Then you have to look at the course you're going for. It matters a lot. You have to look at the course you're going for, you understand? So, and like I told you, always try to contact the school. Send them emails. You have their phone number. You see it on their website. You call them, okay, and you talk to them. Make inquiry before you start even applying for the admission, because when you just go ahead and apply, you might get rejected and that money is wasted, you understand? So you have to make your inquiry, do your research. So some people will say, oh, I have to are you sure I can run a master's program in Canada? Yes, you can run a master's program in Canada, and there are schools who accept tutu. But then again, even if there are schools who accept tutu, you still have to give the school a call and ask them, okay, make inquiries, tell them the course you're coming to study. They will guide you, they will advise you better, you understand? And again, another thing, let me go back to another reason why your visa officer can reject your application. If you tell them you put it in your statement of intent, like you're coming to study this course, you have to ensure that the course you're coming to study, the school might give you an admission, but the visa officer is not convinced that you're really coming to study that course for that purpose. So you have to show them the course you're coming to study has to tally with what you studied back home, maybe your university, your BSc, or your HND. It has to just tally. And even if it is something that is way out your background study, give them a strong reason why you want to go for this course, why you really want to have a master's in this course. But then again, majorly, you have to go for a course that is somehow connected, as a continuation from your previous your previous BSc study or your HND study, you understand? There should be a relationship. You can't say, oh, you studied mass communication and you want to come and do masters in public health something. Like, how is it connecting? You understand? So just ensure that these courses are well connected and you give them the reason. And sometimes you might run a course and you want to do masters in another course, but then again, did you have a work experience that connects your work experience and your previous course study has to tally with the course you intend to come study in Canada. That's another thing. Your work experience matters. So don't forget to highlight your work experience back home. If it is not in connection with the course you're coming to study, it is a no. They will reject you, you understand? So your work experience, even if your background study does not tally, your work experience should tally with the course you're coming for. That's if you let one of it connect to the intended course you're coming for, okay? So that's another thing you need to take note of, okay? Those are the things that people miss out and they just overlook, and it actually matters. The little things we see actually matters. Those are the key things that these people look at. It actually matters. So again, for those people who have been asking what universities accept tutu, I'm going to make mention of this university, and then again I'm going to put it in the caption and you can contact them, okay? I'll put their phone numbers, you can contact them or email them. So we have different schools that actually accept the tutu, right? So and you go ahead, but like I told you, you still have to contact them. So you don't just go ahead and apply. Contact them, they will guide you through. If the course you're going for is not something they feel you might really help you in the long run when you're not going for the proper application, they will let you know. So these schools like the University of Victoria, the Memorial University of Newfoundland, University of Regina, Thompson Rivers University, Royal Roads University, University of Prince Edward, Lakehead University, Brandon University, York University, Carleton University, and St. Mary's University, and some others. I'm going to put them in the caption. So you look out for this university. Contact the staffs, the officers in the university. They will guide you properly. Even if the person you contacted they will direct you to the right department to send your email to. They will attach an email address and who to address your email to. So just make sure you're communicating. Don't just do things on your own. Before you do something, make inquiry so you don't take wrong steps, okay? Because this is applying to Canada is a whole lot of work. It's not something you do within a week. It's not something you do within a month. You have to take your time to do it, okay? So that is it. So again, now for those people who have been rejected and are discouraged, oh, I don't want to reapply, I'm not sure if they will give me this visa again. And some people, they will reapply, they will still get rejected. Can I tell you the reason why you've been rejected? Now, when you get rejected, when your visa gets denied, before you reapply, you need to do some certain things. First of all, don't rush to reapply. If you're doing it yourself, or you're doing it through an agent, you take your time. What I would advise you, the first thing you need to do is for you to request for your global case management system. They call it the GCMS. Now, this global case management system, you know, when you get this rejection, they send you a letter. IRCC sends you a letter and they say, oh, we are rejecting you because you're not showing enough proof of fund, or because you're not showing strong family ties. Now, it is way more than that. They only picked out something and put as a reason. They cannot be mentioning the whole in-depth thing in that short letter. So they're going to make mention of those other things, the real reasons in why they rejected you in the GCMS. That's the Global Case Management System. The Global Case Management System is that it shows everything, the reasons why, is a full note of the reason the visa officer denied your visa. So I'll advise you or your agent to first request from that, and you request for that on the immigration portal. It takes time to come. It can take about 30 days, so you have to be patient for you to get the letter. When you get the letter, then you look through it, read it thoroughly. There you're going to see the reasons why you got rejected, and to help you to know how to reapply when you want to reapply again. So you pick everything they mentioned and work on it. I will advise you, don't reapply with the same statement of purpose you used in applying. Change everything, work on everything, because the truth is, if you reapply the same way, you are definitely going to get rejected. So what you do, if they made mention of your statement, you have to, majorly, there's no how you will not still work on your statement of purpose when you are reapplying, because it's a letter that carries almost everything you have done so far. So you have to rewrite it. If they mention your statement of account, work on it like I've told you. You know, take your time to build your account, your cash inflow. You know, if they mention your family ties as the reason, you know, come back with more stronger family ties. Tell them, give them reasons as to why you did not come through the first time. Then do your work very well. Do a thorough work. Read through it and take your time. Don't rush to do this thing, because if you rush to do it, you might get rejected. So the Global Case Management System is what you request from the immigration, and it takes about 30 days for you to get it. So with that, you will see the real reasons, you understand, why you were rejected, and to help you to work on it. Now, another thing is, some people will say, I did everything that was expected of me, but then again, I was still rejected and I don't know why. Some people can go through this way. They can decide to hire an immigration lawyer and they do a judicial review. But then again, the judicial review is not 100% guarantee that you're going to get the visa. The courts will not command the immigration to give you the visa. They will only say, they will only request that your case should be looked into again by another immigration officer, not the same person who handled your application. They will tell another person to handle it this time and look into it to see if truly the immigration officer who handled your case or who handled your application missed out something. You understand? So that judicial review, you have to hire an immigration lawyer. It's the immigration lawyer that will pick up your case and now take it to court. Now the court will now request the immigration, you understand, to look into your issue again to see if truly you actually came through with the right documents and you met up with the whole requirements and you were just denied for no reason. But like I told you, it does not guarantee that they are going to give you the visa. Some people win through this, while some people, they still get rejected because what they are fighting for is actually not the real thing. They are just fighting, whereas they made errors and mistakes, they didn't do the necessary thing right. So, and that process is also expensive because you have to pay the immigration lawyer. Immigration lawyer will take his money, and again, you know, you have to wait. It takes time. So I'll advise you reapply. But if you want to do it, you can do it. Pay an immigration lawyer, and you're sure, but you have to be sure that what you did was the right thing and you were unjustly denied a visa. So that is another thing you can do. So I believe with all this, When you do all this, you'll be able to reapply. You know, this will help. If you watch my video through, it will help you boost your confidence. You watch the previous video, it will help you boost your confidence. While you're doing your application, don't forget to watch these videos and follow through with the steps I've given you, and I'm sure you'll be getting your visa if you follow this required step. If there are any changes in the immigration system, I'm going to let you know. And the truth is, a lot of things are changing. Like even the proof of fund now for one person is now $17,000. So you have to take that into consideration. You know, before it was $10,000, there was a time it was $7,000. But like I told you, some things change, some laws change. That's why you have to keep yourself updated, okay, while you're doing your application. And I hope to answer your questions. If you have any questions, just throw it in the comment section. I will respond to your questions, okay? And like I told you, I'll be attaching the putting the list of schools in the caption, so don't forget to look into it, and you can contact them and they will guide you on what to do and the necessary steps to take. All right guys, thank you so much, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to share to your friends, your family members, your colleagues, and those people who intend to come to Canada. And like I told you, don't be discouraged. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Just ensure you're following the right steps and processes, and you're good to go. Bye.